Before I say anything, I just like to say I'm appreciative of all the support and all the comments you people have left on my YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. I try to make it my priority to get through as many as possible, and for those that I can't, I apologise, but hopefully I'll get to them at some time or not. Because to be honest, the debate or just interaction is stimulating. Being able to contact people from various parts of the world and feeling that my message resonates with them, for me, that is a beautiful experience, and the whole process is enlightening to a massive degree. So I wanted to address one of the main questions that I usually get. I've gotten recently over the past couple of months, etc. And I think if I answer it, it may help a lot of people in their own field or their own creative aspect or whatever they want to do in life. People always ask me, where do I get my inspiration from? And I find that a difficult question to answer, because I feel like the beauty of life, like the essence of life, is inspiration enough in itself. Like, I draw from what I see around me. It's like a photographer. Once a photographer is in tune with his can't even pronounce the word, photographic kind of senses, if he walks past a building, he automatically sees that building as a potential photo or a potential image which can be translated to the world. And with me, that's the same way in the context of my spoken words. A conversation or a debate I've seen somewhere or a book I've read automatically becomes fuel for my next material, my next piece. And I know that's a bit vague, and a lot of people may feel like, oh, he's just being airy or flowery language, etc. But in terms of being more specific, people ask me what books I read a variety of books, but books which really influenced my thought process and took me on a journey was a book called The Alchemist. And that's what I want to talk about. What book, if I recommend that book to anyone. When I read The Alchemist, for me that opened up a new world of understanding to me, because basically The Alchemist is about a boy who goes on a journey in search for treasure, and along the way he meets an alchemist. Alchemist is someone who can turn metals into gold, and those two aspects in general kind of resonated with me in the sense that I came from an environment where we had nothing in a proverbial sense. We had nothing, and we was trying to make something out of it. We were trying to become a kind of success. So that brought the concept of the alchemist closer to home for me. And then there was the aspect of the boy being on a journey, and I was always traveling. I was on a journey to try and find something in life that I didn't understand. Now when I read The Alchemist, not only was the content of the book inspiring to me, but also the context of it, in the sense that it's a book that helps you discover yourself. Now before reading The Alchemist, I never knew there was books like this. I never knew there was books which took you on a journey inside yourself and made you question things you already believed, and then you can't come out on the other end essentially having a better understanding of yourself. And for me, that was the process of learning for the first time. I mean, I spent my whole life in school. I read lots of books. I once read the most books in my year group in the library, and I was in a newsletter and my mum was happy. But this book was different because I'd chosen to read it, and it taught me something which I could go out and apply it in my current situation of life. And for me, that I was like, wow, you can read books which kind of tell you about life, how I'd always understood it but couldn't explain. So from then, that just set me on a whole different path. Every book I had to read after then had to have some kind of meaning or some kind of essence in it, and it had to teach me something. And I think when you do come across true education or learning for the first time, there's nothing that can beat that feeling. Your hunger becomes insatiable and you just keep on going, and it's a process which you need to kind of live in general. So if you ask what inspires me is life, and if I recommend a book, I'd actually recommend The Alchemist, because for me personally, that's a book that changed my life. So I'd just like to say thank you, Paolo. Peace.
A bunch of YouTube comments got them heated again. They really take offense when I speak with my pen.